Welcome back to my playthrough of the Wings of Liberty campaign on the brutal difficulty. Now, in the previous episode, we had a bit of a controversial moment, okay? We had to make a choice if we wanted to side with none other than Nova, or if we decided to go with the way of the Tosh. Now, I think that most of you agreed upon the fact that I made the right decision, although I did find out that there are some hardcore Nova fans out there, and I guess for good reason, because Nova is an awesome character. But indeed, I decided to break open New Folsom Prison and let the Spectres once again roam the galaxy. Now, we're right here in the Armory, in the Hyperion, of course, and it turns out there's actually some Spectres standing around right over here. Spectre. A side effect of the Spectre training regimen is a marked increase in eccentricity. Many Spectres carry totems or other trinkets to enhance their abilities. Or I guess enhance their abilities. Fair enough. I noticed as well that, for example, Tosh himself, he carries like a voodoo doll or whatever with him. Not entirely sure what that is all about. Regardless, there is speculation that the Dominion still uses Spectres in a number of operations, despite the ostensible shutdown of the program. Okay, Spectres, tell me, you ever see a Spectre? No, because they don't exist. Gabriel Tosh, rumored to be the first Spectre, speaking to Sype Roche of the Umogen News Service. Ms. Roche, or Roshi I guess, disappeared a week later and has not been seen since. Fair enough. So these guys right here, they're a little bit, you know, more lethal than your average run-of-the-mill ghost, who are very well known to be very lethal assassins as it is. So take that for what it is, but the Spectres have indeed joined us. Swan, what do you think of this scenario?
That Tosh character gave me the data for building more Spectre gear. You sure we can trust that guy? I heard he was into brainwashing or something.
Tosh can only recruit volunteers to become Spectres. That's the deal. He works them hard so they won't go off the rails when they get their full Spectre powers. No brainwashing involved.
Alright.
No, wouldn't want any of those freaks running loose causing trouble. Aside from Tosh, that is.
I mean, we quite literally freed a whole lot of them though. It doesn't really matter all too much. Let's have a look at the Armory console. So I asked in the previous episode, what should I be focusing on, right? What should I be focusing on when it comes to spending my credits? Because I've got 305,000. I've got tons. Now apparently we can upgrade the Spectre. There is Psionic Lash. Grants the Psionic Lash ability, deals 200 damage to target units. Alright, fair enough. And there is also the Nyx, or Nikes, I'm not entirely sure, class cloaking module. Cloak no longer requires energy. Here's the thing, I found the Spectres to be awesome, but they're also not ideal when it comes to completing missions on the brutal difficulty, just because, you know, they require a lot of babysitting. You have to pay attention to the Spectre because they're really expensive and they're usually not going to be, you know, they're like a one-man army, but you also need to like pay a lot of attention to them, right? So I don't think I want to really spend all too much time here upgrading the Spectre. As a matter of fact, I asked a lot of you guys, and it turns out that a lot of you mentioned I should really consider upgrading my base defenses. Now, for those of you that have watched my Warcraft 3 playthrough all the way to, like, you know, this moment right here with StarCraft Remastered and whatnot in between, you may have found out that I've got, you know, it almost feels like I've got some sort of allergy when it comes to making static defense. A lot of you, though, did suggest that I should really go ahead and get some of these upgrades right here. So, you know what? Since most of the time, right, I've found that, you know, people in the comments are indeed correct with a lot of the things they say. We're gonna first off get the Neo Steel bunker upgrade. The bunkers gain +2 additional slots. This bunker uses a high-density Neo Steel frame, leaving more room inside for additional infantry without increasing the overall bunker footprint. While ordinary bunkers can hold a maximum of 4 infantry, Neo Steel bunkers can house up to 6 infantry in fortified comfort. Secondly, there is also the projectile accelerator, increases the range of all units in the bunker by 1. Wolf Industries has developed a bunker port that houses a magnetic rail. This device dramatically accelerates all projectiles coming out of the port, increasing the range of all weapons fired from the bunker. Let's go ahead and get him. I've got a lot of credits anyway, right? Should I get the missile turret upgrades as well? Yeah, I'm a little hesitant in those. I think I'd rather just focus on the bunkers for now. They're very nice. They're gonna allow me to get some more of these, you know, they're gonna allow me to just simply defend my bases a little bit easier. A lot of you mentioned as well that apparently the Reaper upgrades are pretty good. They deal they get additional range. They also do additional damage to light armor, as well as the cluster bomb, which is pretty good too. The fact of the matter is though that I found so far that usually The Reapers just sort of like fly ahead of the rest of the army and then they just sort of die. I don't know. I'm not convinced that I should focus on them right now. As a matter of fact, I think I'm just gonna sit nice and pretty on 215,000 credits. Let's head on over to the laboratory real quick. See what Dr. Henson has to say about the scenario.
Jim, I've been investigating the claims that Nova made about the Spectres turning into psychotic killers.
So what'd you find out?
Honestly, there's no evidence that Spectres are any more prone to aberrant behavior than ordinary people. A sudden increase in psionic ability could induce a psychotic break, but Spectres aren't the monsters we were led to believe. Nova lied to us.
Alright. See? We didn't make a terrible decision after all, or, you know, maybe not quite the worst one to make. I guess we only had 2 options though, so, you know, I guess if you were on Camp Nova, I automatically made the wrong decision anyway, and the worst one with that as well. Regardless, I'm just considering though, should we have maybe done this little bit of research right here before we broke open the prison? I mean, it took only an afternoon, maybe we should have had that data a little bit earlier. Regardless, I don't think there's any new information right here. We can have a quick little peek. Nope, we've already read this one, and I don't think there's any information on this one either. Nope, nope, we've also read that one right now as well. So there's not all too much left over right here in the laboratory. Let's have a look at the Cantina real quick. Nothing quite like a little bit of music in the background. Let's watch the news. Donnie!
Breaking news. Reports coming in today suggest... What's that? We're going to Kate, but
The Dominion's highest value prisoners are loose
So
tonight
selfish.
after a daring raid broke open New Folsom Prison. Dominion security forces are on high alert as some of the prisoners were former members of Project Shadowblade, which we've discovered to be a subversive offshoot of the Dominion's Ghost program. A number of political dissidents were also freed during the attack.
do we know who did this, Kate? Was it Raynor's Raiders?
The evidence we have suggests it was, Donnie.
There you have it. Jim Raynor, making our world just a little more dangerous tonight. From the UNN studios on Core Hall, I'm Donnie Vermillion.
He is not
More
pushing an
dangerous for
agenda.
the real bad guys, Donnie. You should be worried.
He's not pushing a political agenda whatsoever. Ooh. Apparently, I now unlocked my Kate Lockwell portrait. Fair enough. I've only been playing this game for like, what, 8 years? I didn't even know you could unlock that. I've seen people have it, though. Regardless, Tigers, what do you think about the prison?
Thought you'd want to hear. Tosh is officially thrown in with our little revolution. He's gonna lend us his specters to help out.
You sure got a soft spot for wayward psychics, Jimmy. Setting those freaks loose ain't smart. Old Meg's got 'em locked up for a reason.
Mex locked them up because they were just weapons to him. They deserve a shot at living their lives outside a cage, just like anyone else.
I love how Jim just justifies everything, right? Like, I mean, they were just weapons to him, and you know they didn't listen. So I guess that's kind of what went down.
Let's get down to business.
Hell, do you have any specters for me, sir? I don't think you do. Nope, that is a shame. Tosh, my man.
I took a big chance with you and your specters, Tosh. I hope Nova wasn't right about you.
Don't go believing that little girl's lies. This Spectre procedure affects everyone differently. But we're all still human. It's our choice whether to become Spectres. Not hers, not yours, and not Minsk's. Choice be the only true freedom anyone gets.
But can I trust him? Can I trust you?
Don't you worry, Nan. We'll fight for you right to the end. All my brothers and sisters, we owe you everything.
All right. That was even more beautiful with that great ballad right here from the jukebox in the background. Incredible work. Well, I guess there's only one last place to go, and that's the bridge. Matt, what's up?
Most days, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Just chasing my damn tail.
No. We followed your lead from the start. It's your sense of justice that's kept us on this road.
Matt, my interest in justice burned out a long time ago. I've spent my whole life fighting. I've killed. I've ordered good men to their deaths. And for what? Finishing this thing with Minsk. It's all I have left. It's guys like you that'll build something better after all the smoke clears.
That's because you gave us something to believe in, sir. I'll never give up the fight. That's a promise.
That was beautiful. A heartfelt moment right there for good old Jimmy and Matt. That was gorgeous, guys. Real bromance developing right in the Wings of Liberty campaign. All right, so we have a couple of different planets right now to go to. Apparently, we can still go to Sil. We have Valhalla as well as Haven. Haven is the planet where the refugees went, right? Although I'm kind of tempted to go to Sil, because that one's been on. This one has been on my radar for a while. Like it's been an option to go to for a while.
Mobius wants us to go after another artifact on some dead world called Zil. Apparently, they sent in a specialist team, but they lost contact with them 2 days ago. Their bad luck, I guess. Figure we'll get hazard pay for this one.
The Siege Tank is awesome. Like, if we were gonna be able to unlock the Siege Tank right now, I think that would be very helpful for future missions as well. I mean, it goes well with, like, Marine, Medic, Marauder, and Siege Tanks, of course. They go well together, as well as, of course, the Hellion Hellbat kind of, or actually, I guess there's no Hellbat, but, like, the Hellion, you know, together with the Siege Tanks and whatnot, they work together really nicely. So I think the Siege Tank goes well with both my biological as well as the mechanical-based unit compositions that I've been playing so far. So I think this would make a lot of sense. Of course, it's a heavy tank, long-range artillery in siege mode. We need to recover the Zelnaga artifact. So remember, we've already recovered a couple of those during the campaign right now. Once again, to just sort of be a nuisance to the Terran Dominion, because they are trying to collect those as well, and apparently we want to try and get them. We get 120,000 credits as well as additional Protoss research. Now, Brutal has been selected. It's time to launch.
So here's the deal. This place is a morgue. Whatever used to live in these ruins up and died millions of years ago.
Lovely.
Before they went missing, the Mobius team reported artifact radiation emanating from that big old hunk of rock over yonder. They brought a big damn laser drill to burn the way in.
Laser drill? That thing's a monster. If the Mobius team had access to that kind of hardware, I hate to think about what could have wiped them out.
Reckon we'll find out soon enough, partner.
Alrighty.
Watch your corners, boys. We don't know who cleaned this place out.
Oh, is this gonna be one of those missions with a small army? I'm a big fan of those. It's funny how little I recall of these.
More Terran beings. The mysteries of this place are forbidden. You will pay for your transgressions with your lives.
Okay. At least we know what happened to the other expedition. Hold up there. Those Protoss cannons will tear us a new one if we try to advance. Quan, you promised me siege tanks. Where are they?
Settle down, Dutch. They're by the number. These babies will knock those cannons down from a nice safe distance.
So loud, Mr. Swan. Don't you have a volume knob on these siege tanks? It's alright. We'll just stand right here. And of course, look at the beautiful, good old siege tank. One of the classic units in StarCraft, of course. Let us continue onwards.
Siege tanks work just like the old ones. When you put them in siege mode, they get increased range and firepower. They can't move in siege mode, so if you need to reposition them, just switch them back into tank mode. You got it?
We need to make sure we leapfrog them forward. That's kind of the most important part.
Let's get some siege tanks deployed on the high ground. They can pound that Protoss stalker before it even gets close to us.
Let's get him sieged up. Using shift commands is really helpful when it comes to trying to get these things in position. Hit him. Ah, these Protoss, man. Look at him. Pathetic attempt by the Protoss. Very nice. Aw, look at him. Two medics making love. Incredible. Alright. It's time for us to continue onwards once again. The Stimpack effects are already warding off. But usually you leapfrog them just like that. So you siege up one of them and then, you know, the other one up the run, for example. It's pretty helpful.
Mobius base local net accessed. Decrypting security overrides. Transferring control of base structures to you, Commander.
So no small hit squad of units this time around. We have to make more stuff. Fair enough.
Fired up. 174 gigawatts. The power of the sun at your fingertips. Now get it aimed at that door and let's get cutting.
Laser output is good. Drilling will take some time, but there's no other way into the temple. Sir, the Tal'Darim are mobilizing their forces against us.
They don't like it? How did they warp in without
So we
gateways?
set a perimeter and protect the drill
Warp
until
gates.
we're through. I'm just glad we've got siege tanks.
Alrighty. Let's do it. And I can actually make use as well of my newly... Oh, wow. We all of a sudden have SCVs as well. Fair enough. I can go ahead and use my siege tanks as well as my bunkers. This one apparently was sieged up randomly. Fair enough. So we have to hold on to several ramps while apparently the temple door takes damage.
Siege tanks defending that laser drill. We got no chance of claiming the artifact without it.
Alright. I can do that. I think it's important for us to build up economy once again, but I'll also make sure to get my turrets out, right? Or I guess my my bunkers out, rather. They're pretty helpful when it comes to trying to kill stuff. I'll likely also put down my depots here near the edge of the wall. Hey, you guys should mind. Near the edge of the wall, so we can, you know, easily leave the base if we need to and put the siege tanks in a bit of a safer position than we ordinarily would. Or ordinarily would, rather.
Sir, I've managed to access what's left of the Mobius Expedition sensor net. I'll route it through your map so you can see what the Tal'Darim are up to.
Cool. Oh, alright. So we see the location of most of these armies right now. Fair enough. I'll continue making as many siege tanks as I can. I think that's going to be the most important part here. I'll just position my siege tanks for now near where the enemies are located. That'll probably do quite well. And we'll still focus on marines and medics and whatnot as well, by the way. Just because they're super helpful. Top priority, though, as always, is going to be building up the economy. Like, building up the economy, always the most important part. Now, of course, by the way, siege tanks can be repaired as well as they are mechanical. I'm actually going to be moving this one over just a little bit. And I'll also get a bunker going over on this side. But yeah, building up the economy is always going to be top priority, just so we can make more stuff later on. Whew. That wasn't as clean as I wanted it to be, but look at the amount of stuff we can put in there now. Wow, alright, get the marauders out. There we go, we'll just put marines in. 6 in a single one is actually pretty intense. Alright, so marines and siege tanks right now, one of the classic unit compositions of StarCraft. Siege tanks do a lot of damage as well. They're pretty menacing. Okay, maybe go ahead and make a bunker over there, or rather a depot. Wonderful. Hey, we can also get +2. Very nice. Alright, it's gonna take me some time to build up this this force though. As it is right now, I don't have a lot of stuff just yet. Maybe I should just move over my siege tanks to like one position whenever I can. Probably makes more sense. There's an army mobilizing right there, right? So I should probably just put my siege tanks over there for now. It seems like they're not quite engaging at like 2 different angles at once just yet. Can't imagine they will later on. Yeah, just build up the SCV count. We'll go for a second gas just because I can, but... There we go. Good luck trying to move up this ramp, Protoss. The damage output of siege tanks, pretty good. I would say it's pretty good. Now I'm putting all of my eggs on one side, right? All of my eggs in one basket right here on one side of my ramp. Which is a little greedy, technically. Do want to be careful that I don't accidentally get caught off guard. Yeah, there's a lot of units. We'll be able to hold quite easily, but it's definitely a lot of stuff already on Brutal. So I'm gonna need to like leave units behind here by default. And they're definitely just gonna have to stay right there, because it seems like continuously new and new, or more and more waves come in. There's even like a room for an expansion here too. I wonder if I even need that. I mean, I could just stick around on a single base and it'll probably be okay. No particular reason for me to be super aggressive with this army either, right? But we'll just start queuing up a bunch of siege tanks, make sure we get a whole bunch of them going. Did I make a depot already? I don't think I did.
Not enough minerals.
That's okay.
Not enough minerals.
Let's get them going.
Additional supply.
You would desecrate that which belongs to the gods. This will not be borne by the faithful.
Sir, those are Protoss Archons.
Oh
If
no!
you're too close, our men won't stand a chance. I'm giving you manual control of the laser drill.
Oh, do
See
it!
if you can use it against the Protoss.
Woo! I like the idea of that.
All right, you heard the man.
Swing that laser around. We can use it to drive back the Protoss.
Get him. Hit these big guys in particular. Oh yeah, there we go. I can queue commands between them. Oh, that works just fine. That works to me. I like the idea of this. Yeah, Archons are pretty scary. They deal a lot of damage, but really, like, Protoss in general is kind of scary. Look at this. Not even close. Alright, you go back to hitting that door, please. Go ahead. Sorry, I got distracted. Very good. Does that work? Are they gonna jump to the next one immediately? Yep, I think they are. Okay, that's good. That's pretty nice. We can go ahead and set it up just like that. Cool. Yeah, we really only want to hit the big units, though, because it takes a while before it retargets. It's pretty slow. Immortals, Archons. They are the ones that we really want to focus on. Considering we see the pings on the minimap of where the army is going to be located, I think it's pretty doable. I kind of want to move over towards this expansion as well. I'm going to use some of my Marines here to do exactly that. To do a little bit of scouting around this area, because I think if I can get 2 bases up and running, it's going to make life significantly easier. So that's hotkey F1. You are going to be hotkey F2.
Not enough minerals.
Oh yeah, there's a base over here too.
The laser drill has breached the door's outer layer.
Nice. Can I get some armory upgrades too? I would like to get a single armory just so I would be okay here.
Not enough minerals.
Still though, like as long as there's no units showing up, right? I'll just try and be safe here.
Alert. Enemy air units will approach sector.
Here, it's nothing. Those are transports. Use the laser to knock them down fast.
The war prisms.
Hey. We need that damn drill. Don't trash it.
Cool. Can I repair the drill? I can't imagine I will. Alright. I should probably get a second factory right around this time as well. There we go. Can I get any upgrades for your units? No. Yeah, I think we're mostly going to be worried about this area of the map. I can't imagine at the very least that it's the case. Expansion just about to finish up. Very nice. Here we go. Let's get some more upgrades here for our siege tanks. They already deal a lot of damage with every hit, but, you know, more damage is always going to be better, right?
Sir, I'm picking up the energy signatures of several Protoss relics in the area.
Oh.
I'm marking them on your map.
Nice. So I'm going to have to move around the map. All right. There's a whole bunch of them.
Well, if there's time, we can blast them free with a laser drill. I bet Stedman would love to study them.
I don't know if I want to use the laser drill for that. Do I have to? No, I do need vision. Okay. Let's target fire some of these things down. I don't think I want to really use those too much, but... I'm actually gonna get some medics now as well, because I haven't really worried about those. Okay. That army's absolutely getting shreked over there. Wonderful. Start up some more SCVs over on this side. And these siege tanks will just kill everything before it really starts dealing any kind of critical damage, right? Just don't kill my siege tanks, please. That would be wonderful. Could I maybe go ahead and create like a wall of depots over here? I know this is not particularly efficient, but you know what? This is the campaign, okay? We can go ahead and make a billion depots if we really want to. No one's gonna stop me. What you gonna do about it? Alright, wonderful. There we go. Yeah, I definitely want to make sure that I get the bonus objectives as well. That is going to be one of my priorities. I think I want to have a bunch of siege tanks on every side. We don't need like tons of them either, but... There we go. So now my income is really going to be booming. I'm going to leave some SCVs just on idle there for repair. Just in case. We really don't need to be all too worried about this. And let's start making more siege tanks. Right? More siege tanks is always going to be nice. Okay. Once again, Archon's apparently joining in. I want to have like part of my army be mobile, but really I don't need everything to be mobile, right? As long as I'm just killing most of these things, it's probably not that big of a deal. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and take down this area over here, because I'm a little worried. There's 2 bonus objectives, apparently. And at the same time, there's also 2, you know, it's also very close to my natural expansion, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Come on, hit him. Nice. Let's continue pushing onwards. So, there's actually not that much over here. Can I just kill it with my units? No, I really need to use the Draken laser drill for this. Fair enough. I mean, we got a lot of stuff. We're getting a lot of units right now. Okay. Do I need to, like, stay in vision range? I think I do. That's a little bit of a pain. Man, these Archons and Immortals are pretty scary. A lot of units. Okay.
Base is under attack.
Okay. Let's try and kill all of those bonus objectives as soon as possible. We need to make sure we do so before we accidentally, like, kill the entire door, right? The door is already about halfway killed right now. It's still gonna take a bunch of time, I guess. Didn't I, Oh, I got the hotkey messed up, that's why. Didn't I tell you to start firing these as well? What did I just kill? Did I kill one of my own units? I hope not. Alright. More siege tanks, more marines. Probably want to get more medics as well. Medics are pretty good when it comes to killing stuff. Or I guess, you know, making sure that we can continuously kill stuff.
Sir, more air units inbound.
We gotta take them out, or they'll keep dropping troops right on top of us.
Okay. Let's kill these things. Ooh, this one's painful. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Although apparently my units are kind of derping around over there to 2 scouts. Alright, I want to have some of you guys sieged up. That should be more than enough. That means we can use the rest of our army to start going after the other bonus objective, which apparently is going to be right over there. Oh, we need to still pick up these relics as well, actually. I didn't realize that part. Oh, can we maybe get rid of that High Templar? Way more scary than everything else here. Ooh. You see why? Okay. Let's continue getting some more upgrades here as well. And if we can, let's unsiege some of these tanks then, just in case, because apparently our army is starting to be a little bit of a derp.
The laser drill is now cutting through the door's thermal barrier. Our SCVs are under
Oh, what? Oh, okay, no. It's not that big of a deal. Very nice. Alright. Let's just make it cut through this area real quick. And I think right now we've already started to get an army. I mean, we're getting close to maxing out, right? We're already starting to get an army that's nearly impossible to beat. Okay, let's get you guys over in that area. I mean, there's gonna be a bit of a fight over here that's a little annoying. These Immortals are plowing through siege tanks really easily. But, you know. Let's get that bonus objective as well. Get more relics going. Wonderful. And I think it is time for us to start pushing ahead, right? Alright, so I've moved out across the map. It's time to see if we can potentially clean up their bases. I've got enough of the Protoss. I don't know if I do. I don't know if I do have enough, but I think it's time to see if we can potentially clean up all of these Protoss bases that we're seeing. I can just use the Draken laser as well to just knock down these Colossus. Alright, maybe I shouldn't be playing it super aggressively, because I just realized my units were moving all over the map. A little bit in a unfortunate way. But at the very least, we're you know, making sure that they're not going to be able to mess with us, right? We're the Terran Dominion. We're not the Terran Dominion, I mean, you can't mess with us. Maybe the Terran Dominion is going to be the bad guys, but I've got a lot of stuff. And I want to try and see if I can kill the Protoss bases. I don't know, though. Seems like there's a lot. Maybe you shouldn't risk it. Maybe I'm playing a little too aggressive. Alright, you know what? Fine, we'll fall back. These bases are heavily defended with Colossus and all kinds of other shenanigans. For those of you unfamiliar with Colossus, they're basically like giraffes that shoot lasers out of their eye sockets, okay? That's not good, okay? Lasers and eye sockets. I mean, eye sockets are pretty helpful, I've heard. To make sure your eyes don't pop out. But if they shoot lasers, that becomes so much more terrifying. I even have these as well, actually. I haven't really used those very much. I've been just trying to make sure that my economy doesn't get hindered very easily. Alright, well, you know what? We can start putting a whole bunch of idle SCVs about as well. Just because of the fact that, well, I mean, I've got a lot of additional units just simply sitting about now. Turns out harvesting a single mineral patch with 20 SCVs is not particularly useful. But fine, I'll let the Protoss bases live for now. But, you know, it was a good effort, right? It was a good effort. We at the very least showed them that we are not to be messed around with. We're not the Terran Dominion. And look at that, actually. Oh, it's actually physically, like, changing as well what doors we're going through. I mean, these Xel'Naga temples apparently require, like...
There's another wave of air units heading your way.
The power of the sun or whatever.
Stick it to him, boys.
Stick it to him. You know what? I should have probably gone for the upgrades to the missile turrets. In retrospect, I think it would have been better. They're dropping off siege tanks now as well. Ooh, more giraffes. Look at them. All right. Well, they're much less menacing when you actually kill them that easily. Bzz, get them bzzed out. There we go. Boop. Very not menacing with the Draken laser drill. The only thing it needs is like acceleration, though. It's really bad when it comes to like simply fighting stuff. It dies like, look at that, right? For some reason, it needs a little bit of charge up time. By the way, look at these carcasses right here in the middle. It's like a pit.
Not enough minerals.
Do you think it's actually smart to do this? I mean, I'm wasting a lot of time trying to get this Draken laser drill to clean pretty much everything up.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Look at this. It's such a mess, but I don't really see exactly what they could try and do to, you know, prevent this from just simply getting wiped out. I mean, the Protoss is desperately trying to fight. It's not really doing a whole lot, though. I am just running out of resources now, which is a little unfortunate. Just trying to get the spellcasters and whatnot out of this out of there as well. Like, rather than just simply going for the big troops, they will actually die rather easily. It's mostly like the storm, the psionic storm, that can really deal a lot of damage to us. Luckily for us, though, they have a tendency to just sort of die, which is pretty convenient. It's gonna take some time to clean everything up, but eventually, the Xel'Naga temple door will end up dying. I can guarantee you that much. Look at this. It's just almost sad, right? I mean, they're desperately trying to break through this, and I guess it's doing a decent job, but it's really not achieving all too much. Now, I am running out of resources. That's the only thing that I'm a little worried about. You know what? The longer this mission is going on, the more I'm starting to think that sacrificing your maxed out army while trying to move up a Protoss ramp wasn't actually worth it. You know, it's just kind of this hunch that I'm having right here. I've been forced to like kill so many units now with the Draken laser drill that it all takes a little bit of time before I'm gonna be able to complete this mission. But yeah, it's, you know, it's getting there slowly but surely. We're getting there. It's a bit of a mess, though, not gonna lie. I gotta say, though, the creativity of these missions is solid, right? Like, there's not really, like, one type of mission that we're seeing several times in a row. I'm sorry, siege tanks and marines and whatnot, but Lowko is done with this mission. I'm gonna have to sacrifice some of you for the greater good. Yes.
Structured access imminent.
Yes.
It is our sacred duty to stop these defilers. Burn them to
Defilers? I don't have defilers. I don't have any defilers. What are you talking about? Anyway, some of you Marines will have to die for the greater good because, you know, it is what it is. But the temple door is going down. My hands are off the keyboard. I just want to see the victory screen.
You have prevailed for now.
Nice.
Word of this sacrilege will echo across the stars, James Raynor. The day of reckoning draws near.
These artifacts of yours seem real popular, Tychus.
What do we care? As long as the pay's good.
Really? I'd say getting vaporized by the Tal'Darim definitely counts as diminishing returns.
And there we have it. Successfully completed this mission called The Dig on the brutal difficulty. Alright, so we're in the Hyperion's Access Hall F. What's this? How big is the Hyperion anyway? How many rooms are we talking? Is it like a floating, like, flat? Oh no, it's that Xel'Naga artifact drawing power from the ship, isn't it? Is it?
James Raynor. I bring tidings of doom.
Zeratul.
I have pierced the veil of the future and beheld only oblivion. Yet one spark of hope remains. You will hold her life in your hands. And though justice demands that she die for her crimes, only she can save us.
Wait a second. You're talking about Kerrigan.
It's been 4 years. You show up out of nowhere.
Time is short. You must understand. The answers you seek lie within. Study it well. The fate of creation hangs in the balance.
Nice to see you too.
Can't believe I skipped through these cutscenes when I was initially playing this years ago.
Heard of these Ehon crystals before.
Never seen this.
Supposedly they allow you to relive another person's memories. Whatever Zeratul's uncovered, he was desperate for me to see it too. Well, here goes nothing.
Oh. So we can relive some of the memories of Zeratul through that crystal. Okay. I guess we may very well get started with that in the next episode. Unless, you know, maybe you've got other plans, right? Maybe you don't want to watch the next episode, but you made it all the way until the end of this one. I would be very surprised. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button down below to show your support. And if you're new and you haven't already, do make sure you also hit that subscribe button down below the video so you get notifications as soon as future content goes live. Other than that, I want to thank you very much so for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I will see you in the next one.